I eat one big meal in the middle of the day like a snake. I call it snake meal, and it's always 30,000 calories. And then I have a nap. And I went to the doctor, and I told him about snake meal, and he said, I wish you wouldn't do that.
Oh, I think we're back. Oh, God. Okay. I think we were live. Anthony, I think you got a little lost in the sauce, bud. Hey, bud. I think we fixed it. We're back, everybody. And look, is the camera angle right today? No. Has the sound been a little fucky along the way? Yes.
Prove it.
But do we have news for you?
Prove it.
Yes to that also. It's a day when I'm drinking a Dr. Pepper at 8:20 in the morning. I only get one per day,
and she didn't even put it in the cup.
Nah, man.
She's usually like, I'm gonna hide this in the cup and we're gonna look like professional people and like who knows what's in the cup. I'll say this though. I fixed that quick focus thing.
Nice. What'd you
do? We were on super slow-mo mode. We were on high frame rate mode on accident. And so in high frame rate mode, it's just like, focus on whatever's in the middle. Wow. It's all going so fast.
Wow. What do you know? Also, something we didn't really acknowledge, we crossed 10K here on Twitch.
I thought we did acknowledge.
We were talking about it when we were still at 9.9 last.
9.95.
But now we are at 10.1. So thank you, Pixel Pals. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for there being so many of you.
Y'all remember the end of to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie where they sing that song? 9.95.
Did our camera zoom back out? Yeah, right? We're not supposed to see all the shit on that shelf. You're shaking the whole camera.
We were at like 18 and we're usually at 19. That may help. That's a 20. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see a little less shelf. We're doing it all live today. Hey, everybody, you know what? Let's start the show over.
Welcome to
It's Too Early, the first, best, and only morning news show in existence. I'm Saige Ryan.
I'm Anthony Carboni.
And boy, do we got news for you today. It's a full news day, so let's go ahead and get into it.
Saige, will you trim my hair again?
Late. Yeah, I'll trim your hair again.
Thank you. My hair is very long.
I'm better at the sides than I am at the top, but I'll give it my best go.
I mean, but look at the top. Anything you do is going to be great.
I have hair cutty scissors. I can do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Y'all are just seeing a normal morning.
Hey.
Like, it's not a show anymore.
Welcome to a normal morning. Dagger, get this show back on the rails. You're supposed to be our producer.
Look at that sweet boy posing right between us. Okay.
9.95. On stream, that costs money. We set that precedent. And I'm not going to stop that precedent because I'm broke.
That's very true. I think it cost $1,000. That was the first time I had ever cut your hair. It was the first time I'd ever cut anyone's hair, actually.
Right. So that was hazard fee.
Yeah.
But fair. It probably wouldn't be as much this time. But
we didn't reset the goal. Speaking of money, it's a new month. We're not at 777. We're at 0.
We're at 0.
I'll fix it. But while I do that, let's get into. You don't have a computer in front of you.
Wait, the computer's starting up right now. Look, okay, here. I'm just gonna ask if y'all feel this way too. When the computer gives you the choice of update or don't update, I have to update.
What if you? Let's make this relatable.
No, I understand, and I'm on a deadline, and there's a show that's about to go live.
Yeah. What if you were getting into a meeting?
I know, but there has. But I know, but I can't. I know. I have to update. I have to update.
Okay.
A lot of people are saying always updates. A lot of people are saying never update. Some people are saying update while you sleep. Here's the thing. This laptop only turns on to do the show, really.
There we go. I reset the goal and it went up for a second. Hey, thank you for those bits, Grumpy.
Oh, I was going to... Maybe next time.
Yep.
Maybe next time, I guess.
Cool.
Hey.
Hey.
I always update.
I very rarely update.
That long cat has the worst posture.
I don't update until something's wrong and it can possibly be attributed to the fact that I need to update.
Now,
it's also not a healthy habit.
No. Neither one of the... Hey, Neither one of them is good.
But we could land somewhere in the middle.
Hey, no updates. But just if you wouldn't push out updates, if you would just make everything work and then just be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to everybody who makes software.
Okay, well, thank you everybody for sticking with us through a little bit of tech issues. We're glad that you're still here.
Did we have tech issues?
Let's get into the news.
Let's do it.
Nintendo Rewards is back. That's what I'm opening with.
Saige skipped right to this one because this is the most important one for Saige.
Yeah, you don't have a laptop in front of you that's working. I control the news. I am the news.
Be nice to me.
No.
You might remember that back in the day, there was Club Nintendo and Club Nintendo or My Nintendo Rewards, and you would get little physical things for getting Nintendo points.
Yeah.
Now this was way bigger in Japan and in Europe for a little while than it was in America. We never got like the good rewards.
No.
Like in Japan, you were getting like crazy rewards like special limited edition Game Boy Micros and stuff like that. Like wild stuff. I think the best stuff we ever got in the States were like the Game Boy pouches.
Okay. Yeah.
We got a few things, but we sort of like Nintendo pulled away from that here in the States.
Yeah.
There are still Nintendo rewards, but it's more like the more you buy on the Switch shop or the eShop, the more free stuff you get, which is nice.
Yeah.
I've gotten a couple of free games. You get like a gold, you get like one Nintendo coin per dollar you spend on the shop. But here is the wild thing. If you're part of Nintendo Switch Online with the expansion pack now, you get in-game missions. They're bringing in the trophies, the Chivos.
To get stuff.
But to get real things.
To get little prezzies.
Now, there are digital things you can get. They're showing off in that first picture. You can get special avatar icons. You can get all kinds of cute little things that are just for earning mission points. But you're going to be able to get physical stuff, too. One of the first things that they talked about was like a charging cable, like a cute little charging cable holder. But it's going to be like 400 Nintendo points. I don't know how much that's going to be, but it sounds like it's going to be a lot.
Yeah, one would assume it's not going to be super easy to get, but damn. I'll put in the work. Nintendo, I'll put in the work. Because it's special. It's not for the free thing. I could buy the thing.
Yeah.
But it's
nice.
It's a present from Nintendo.
It's a present from Nintendo for playing a Nintendo game that you love already.
Somebody pointed out, Fraud Monet pointed out Peach's emo dress. Yes, she's serving Dark Academia in this one over here.
That's her traveler outfit from when she says "fuck you" to Bowser and Mario at the end of Odyssey. You remember that?
Yes.
And you got to go find her.
Yeah, they should have let her go. If I'm honest, she had the right thing going on there.
But I love that. You would immediately grab that for your user picture, wouldn't you?
1,000%.
I like a Frog Mario. I like a Frog Mario because I replayed the beginning of Odyssey a couple weeks ago, and damn, I love just how trippy and unsettling it is when you possess that first frog.
The mustache just doesn't sit right.
Do you remember what it does? Where he's like, oh, and it like stretches him and he goes through like the weird time tunnel.
Seems painful.
And then he looks through the frog's eyes.
Yeah, it's not good.
I'm just like, damn, this is wild.
I like the Mario with the hat eyes as well.
The Milady.
I like the Mario.
Mario. Peach.
Mario. Big fan of that because it also that outfit with the wedding Peach and Mario originated Wedding Mario, which is Mario in a wedding dress. And honestly, looks good in a dress.
I was disappointed when they made the amiibos and you could get the wedding set, but they didn't create an alternate wedding set that had Mario in the dress. Because the wedding amiibos had Bowser and Peach and Mario, and they were all dressed in their white tux and white dress.
Yeah. Who's marrying who?
Who's going to marry who?
And all of that did lead to Bowsette. You're right.
And the answer is, they're a throuple. Think about it.
I have talked about this so many times.
They have a specific kink. I stole her. Can you rescue her? Wink. That's why everyone starts off with Mario, I baked you a cake. That's a code phrase. Oh, we're doing this today. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'd love to head to the castle for some delicious cake.
Yeah.
Oh no, Bowser, who could have seen this coming?
Anthony, somewhere on my computer, I still have a PowerPoint presentation that I wrote, mind you, on salary for a massive corporation. I was getting paid to do this. An entire PowerPoint presentation on the evidence that Mario is consensually being cucked by Bowser.
It's obviously happening.
Anyways, moving on to other news, let's talk about Game Pass. We're talking about rewards that you get for playing games. Game Pass is kind of like that.
Sure. In that you play games.
You pay to play games.
They only give you what you pay for, but sure.
If you pay for the month, you get rewarded with games.
That is a wonderful way to look at it, Saige.
Yeah, I pay what, $15, and then I keep getting more games.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, they keep giving me more games.
But you also keep paying $15.
All I did was pay my $15.
No, but every month.
All I did was pay my $15, and now they just keep giving me more games. Amazing.
March's games came with a kind of a big surprise. Guardians of the Galaxy is already on Game Pass.
Now, this is a great lineup in general. We've got Flight Simulator, Far Changing Tides, Kentucky Route Zero, Guardians of the Galaxy, one that people would be probably most looking forward to, Lawn Mowing Simulator.
That's huge.
That one is that one from Xbox One, is what they're saying? Or is you can only play it on Xbox One?
That says you can only play it on Xbox One.
Interesting.
I think that's one of the free games they just throw at you. Now, also Young Souls, which looks very good. I do want to point out Kentucky Route Zero is one of the greatest games ever made.
Really? I don't know anything about it.
Absolutely beautiful, wonderful adventure game. You'll love it. It's a very surreal adventure game about a road trip through Middle America.
Yeah?
And it's extremely strange and wonderful.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite games ever.
That sounds great.
But I'm very shocked. You know, we talked about this. Guardians, look, who knows what underperform means? Square literally says everything underperforms.
Yes. Square has high expectations.
I honestly want to say, like, whoever it is at Square that does their marketing and sales forecasts, go away.
Yeah, you're not making good projections.
Because everything, the number of game studios that have closed throughout history after making a single game for Square because they're like, whoops, didn't sell. And you're like, it sold millions. Not enough. Now,
we were hoping for more.
You know, we did talk about how I believe that Guardians underperformed because we talked about how their marketing campaign was terrible. Presented the game as something I didn't really want.
Yep.
The gameplay that showed off, the demos and stuff, looked very bland.
Everyone I know that really enjoyed the game was like, wow, surprisingly, I really liked it. And that means you did a bad job of marketing your game if people didn't expect to like it.
Yeah, so I'm not shocked. And they might be learning a little bit from the Avengers thing where they're like, oh, Avengers did get a little bit of a shot in the arm from Game Pass. Maybe we should not hold off. Sales have already started to wane.
Yeah.
They're starting to understand the model of you sell until it doesn't sell anymore, and then you throw it on a service.
I think a lot of people are not currently buying Guardians of the Galaxy. I think if you were going to get it, you got it already, or you're waiting for it to be on sale or Game Pass.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I'll get Guardians at $15 just because so many people have been telling me I was surprised by Guardians. And I was like, for $15, I'll be surprised.
Yeah.
For $60, I will not.
Right.
For $60, I'll probably be like, yeah, this is what I expected.
My mom bought it for me for Christmas.
Aw.
It was very sweet. I haven't opened it.
She knows you love... No, because why would you? It's probably for the PS5. You would have to hook up your PS5 and plug it in. And that's a puzzle bobble machine.
Bit of a puzzle console, you know?
Bit of a puzzle console. That's what it's mostly known for. So there you go. Guardians is on Game Pass.
I wish you a very good time.
I wish you a very Star-Lord.
Hey, I'll play an Elden Ring?
I still haven't touched it.
I haven't had a freaking chance, man.
Today's going to be the day. I'm you know what? I'm saying it out loud. I'm saying it into the camera. Today is the day I start Elden Ring.
He said that last Friday.
I know. I'm going to stream Elden Ring today. If I don't stream Elden Ring today...
You can arrest me. Pull the George Railroad Martin. You can make a citizen's arrest.
Make a citizen's arrest. each one of you gets to punch me on Twitter.
No.
If I don't stream Elden Ring tonight, you get to tweet one punch at me.
Sorry, there was a crow. It was on the rooftop right across from the window here, and it was staring right in the window and chirping.
Everybody's saying, see you there. Yep, tweet one fist at me. I'm gonna double jump a horse. I'm gonna get all the fingies. There's so many fingies in that game.
It's great.
A lot of fingies. Did you see a crow?
Sorry, I'm on a bit of a high from the crow.
Miyazaki
I love a crow.
did a huge interview with The New Yorker talking about the philosophy behind Elden Ring and the design and all of the wonderful things. But one of the things he talked about was just how much Georgie Railroad was involved in writing the lore for this game. George R.R. Martin obviously was a huge part of the marketing for this game.
Yeah, for many years now. We also learned that his work on it was done years ago as he was just building the world that Elden Ring was going to be set in.
Yeah, so this is an interview by Simon Parkin, who does great stuff for The New Yorker. Excellent interviews. I always like Simon's stuff. And he said that basically they didn't want him to write too much because they were worried that he would write a wonderful story and then they would have to fuck it with a game mechanic, basically.
Right.
It was like, what if he writes this hugely great story, but it doesn't work for the game, and then we have to cut all this stuff that George R.R. Martin wrote? So they wanted to keep it to very basic stuff, tell us a little bit about this land, tell us a little bit about the background of this world, and then let us take it from there. And George R.R. Martin apparently just sent like one fax. It looked like it was printed on dot matrix paper, and it said, "Lots of fingies, boys."
That was it. And that's the game.
A lot of fingies.
Yeah. And thank you for your contribution, George Railroad Martin, to the fingies. He wrote it in a blog, and then he couldn't figure out how to link them to it. He said, just look at my blog.
Just look at my blog. Just fingies.
Mood. Fingies.
Mood. Fingies. It's wonderful because you should read this entire interview that Simon did. There's a lot of great stuff about Miyazaki's philosophy. Did the crow leave?
Still chirping out there. It calls to me.
Lots of fingies, boys. Hey, those Steam Decks, they are coming.
They are.
Gabe Newell's bringing them to your house.
And every day we get another, this game's gonna work on the Steam Deck. This game, you want it? Steam Deck. You got it. Elden Ring, Steam Deck.
That's right. The Elden Ring got a big update, as a matter of fact, to run even better on the Steam Deck and to get rid of some PC issues, which is nice. I'm going to go ahead and say I was waiting for those PC issues to be fixed before I played it.
Yep.
However, Bungie is one company that has said, our shit's not on Steam Deck and we're in no rush.
Yeah, not for us.
So people have said, well, this is a Linux-based system. We can figure things out. We can mod stuff.
Yeah.
And so people have been trying to get Steam Deck to run Destiny 2. And Destiny has said, you fucking better not. Said, you fucking better not.
Don't you do it.
Don't you dare do it.
Put you in jail.
Players who attempt to bypass Destiny 2 incompatibility will be met with a game ban. Now, that's fine. I mean, look, they're saying it's one thing to say, hey, you're not allowed to mess with this code. This is code for an online multiplayer game, and we can't know that you're not cheating. Except you can. You have all kinds of anti-cheat stuff. You just only want it to work on Windows.
Do you think that there might be a conflict of interest there, Anthony?
Aha! So here's where we're seeing the first clash of this thing. Now, we know the reason Valve made the Steam Deck is because they want every single game to run on Proton.
Yep.
They're trying to destroy Microsoft's hold on gaming on the computer.
And Microsoft is spending so much fucking money to keep that hold. So, naturally, a game as big as Destiny, they're not going to let that happen.
Now, it's also, I'm not going to say it's trivial to port anti-cheat and anti-code modification measures to Linux. I don't know. I'm not a developer.
Sure.
However, everybody has been asking Bungie for The Verge said, we've been asking Bungie for 5 months. We send requests to them all the time for updates on this. And it seems like The Verge says this seems like a reasonable ask for a couple of reasons. Number one, Destiny 2 is one of the more forgiving shooters in terms of controls, which means it plays lovely on a controller, even on the PC, which makes it a perfect Steam Deck candidate. Number two, it uses BattleEye. Now, BattleEye, according to Valve and according to people who have put their games onto the Steam Deck, all you need to do to make BattleEye work in your game on the Steam Deck is write to BattleEye. You send an email and you go, hey, will you enable this in the code? And they do.
Seems pretty easy.
Seems pretty easy. Now, and here's the third thing. Destiny 2 runs on Linux because they had to port it to Google Stadia. Why wouldn't you try to recoup some of that and take that and put it on the Steam Deck where your game's going to make some money?
Wow.
The communication they got from Bungie basically says, we run on Windows. This is a Windows game. We don't run on any other platforms right now.
They said, sucks.
Now, Bungie is not the only company that's talking about this. Of course, Fortnite. Tim Sweeney said, we're not going to put Fortnite on the Steam Deck.
Which feels ridiculous. Fortnite is on everything.
Not only is Fortnite on everything, but most shooters, most like low to mid-budget shooters, and even some high-end AAA ones, use Epic's easy anti-cheat.
Right. Fortnite's been on mobile. I know there's been back and forth with mobile due to the Apple Store, but you're fine with it being on mobile, but not on Steam Deck.
It's wild.
It's because Epic sees Steam as a direct competitor.
They absolutely do. And easy anti-cheat is an Epic product, and it's the easiest thing in the world.
It's in the name.
They have on their easy anti-cheat page, it says game developers can enable it within their games with just a few clicks. Now, that's definitely like Saige is saying. Valve owns this thing.
Yeah.
We have our own launcher.
Right. They're Steam.
Now, but here's the thing. Valve has also said, put your launcher on our thing. We don't care.
Yep.
Put your launcher on Proton. The reason why they don't want to do that is because even though Valve doesn't charge people to use Proton, Epic doesn't want to use Valve's thing.
Yep.
Because what happens if they charge for it in the future and then all of a sudden
they have to keep up their games on it?
Yeah.
Down with monopolies and capitalism. Couldn't agree more, King Sassafras. Could not agree more. Let's move on to some business news since we're talking about capitalism.
Since we're talking about capitalism, why don't we talk more about capitalism?
Let's talk about it. You know what? I actually want to talk about this before we get too far into it. Let's get this bad story out of the way.
Yeah, sure.
And then let's come back up. So,
these motherfuckers.
Hey everyone, have you ever heard of Artesian builds? Probably not. They're a company that builds custom PCs for people. They consider them to be Artesian, their specialty. And they have an affiliate program that rolled out where they included streamers that could potentially be entered to win a PC. Now, typically in an affiliate program, you're given product.
That's what I was going to say. Now, you become an affiliate, you run a banner or you talk about the tech on your stream a little bit, and they send you, whether it's a PC or it's just some nice stuff, maybe like a gaming keyboard, they send you something. Apparently, Artesian Builds was like, if you're in our affiliate program and you talk us up on your streams,
you might win a PC.
Get something. Yeah, we absolutely. Yeah. Now, this is not the greatest. This is not the greatest thing, because what you're basically asking is you're asking people to advertise for you for free.
With the hopes of receiving something. Now, here's what I'll say. The affiliate program rolled out to all streamers for many companies is a scam for the most part. If you're not receiving base pay or base product that is worth a value of money that would make sense for the work that you're doing, it's a scam. Working your way up towards it, doing a certain number of posts with the hopes of getting so, promoting it for a commission without any base pay, scams, all scams. And streamers don't make good money for the most part. They're desperate, and the job is expensive to maintain.
Now,
so they're taking advantage of that.
Yeah, I'm not going to say, look, if you're shake it out, buddy. I'm not going to say don't take a deal that's offered to you, but especially if you're just starting out.
I will.
But that deal better give you something. Otherwise, it's not a deal.
There are good affiliate programs where you are guaranteed something that makes sure that you get something worth the work that you put in.
Yeah, and look, sometimes, especially when you're starting out, you're not going to get paid very well. We're all trying to change that. Say no to any deal that makes you feel bad or makes you feel like it's not quite right. And don't get excited about any deal that doesn't give you what you're worth. Now, here's the thing about the Artesian Builds affiliate program. They apparently run this thing through a random drawing.
Yes.
So you're in their affiliate program, and then they go on stream live and they pull random streamers' names
from their affiliates.
From their affiliates, and then supposedly you're supposed to get stuff, but that's, I guess, not the way they're actually doing it.
So they build a PC on stream, and then they draw which one of their affiliates randomly will receive said PC. However, these gentlemen have a little bit of a different way of going about it. Will you pull it up on yours so we can have a little bit of sound, Anthony?
Yeah, sure.
Now, the men's from Artesian Builds stood on camera, and they pulled up the streamer that won at random for this giveaway, and proceeded to, instead of move on.
Yeah, just take a look.
They said this.
Hold on. Are we getting anything?
No. There we go.
There we go. Now,
let's see if you have redeeming qualities.
Now, this is supposed to be a random drawing. Remember, these people are ambassadors. They have been repping Artesian Builds on their streams for God knows how long.
They said they can't hear it, but I'm seeing the audio. It's paused right now. Play it.
Let me turn it up a little bit more.
I can turn it up. It's not good audio quality.
Yeah, super
It's
low.
just low. Yeah. Guys, we're good.
I know we're all on edge because of the audio thing earlier.
Everybody chill.
But chill.
Chill out.
So, if you hear what they're doing, this motherfucker in his cheap-ass Leg Avenue Star Wars jacket, or Star-Lord
jacket.
Star-Lord jacket. Wow. I'm super not surprised that this guy thinks he's Star-Lord. But says, okay, you've been on your stream saying Artesian Builds. I'm part of the Artesian Builds thing. They probably give you a code, and they see if people buy things through your code. So you're advertising for Artesian Builds. They pull you up on their stream, and they say, well, we know you've been doing the work, but we don't think you're worth it.
Now, mind you, by name, you can't see it. It's cropped out. Will you close the full screen? Because in the bottom left corner of their screen, they put up the streamer's name, who in theory would have won the giveaway. They go by Kia Pia. They're a Twitch affiliate. And they posted the clip to their social media to be like, hey, I got chosen, and they changed their mind on giving this away to me and instead shamed me publicly for my follower count. So this continues for minutes. There are multiple clips of them going through different streamers. Hello, welcome in, Raiders.
Here.
Hi.
Here's the rest of the...
It's not a giveaway. I have no idea who they are, obviously. What do you mean no sound? That does not make any sense. I could see the audio levels bouncing.
Oh, well. Anyway, they're saying, let's see if you have redeeming qualities. And it's like, well, what do they bought 10 PCs from us? And then the other guy goes, they haven't. I could see that.
Yep. It continues. Everyone, we don't need 100 people to say it's muted. You're okay.
It's we understand the volume level.
When the first person says it, we see it. We read the whole chat. Welcome in, Raiders, if you've just joined us. We were having a little bit of tech struggles today, but don't worry about it because we have it covered.
Now,
the mods will tell us if something is wrong. So this continued. There are like 4 different clips in here of them doing this to this streamer, to different streamers, talking shit about their CCV, saying they don't meet the requirements to get a free PC. Now, this guy in the Star-Lord jacket.
Yeah.
I've talked to that guy.
Yes, there was when we were first starting out, before we had updated all of our equipment. We were looking for partners for Pixel Circus,
which is a standard part of the process.
Yeah,
again, maintaining a streaming PC is very expensive, and when a channel is new, they don't make a lot of money. We still don't make a lot of money. So when we were first starting out, we took a meeting with Artesian Builds because a friend had a partnership with them. So we were in conversation to see if they would provide a PC for this show in particular, for It's Too Early. And I got on this meeting to have 2 men sit there and explain what a PC is to me.
Fucking yike.
No matter how many times I said, no, I understand. Thank you. I know what a graphics card is. Very cool of you. Only to have them honestly insult our content and our channel and ask that we talk about them for a year in every single episode of It's Too Early to possibly be considered for a mid-end PC.
Woof.
Fucking woof. Biggest yikes, man. They were rude as shit. They were just condescending. They were trash on the call. And we finished the call and we had a meeting internally and we were like, fuck, like, do we take this really shitty deal? We're really in need of a PC.
Yeah.
And we decided no, because we don't work with assholes, because we're an independent company and we don't have to. And that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. So here's the thing. When they, what was the final deal that they, it was something like they wanted us to talk up their brand. Yeah, they wanted us to talk up their thing forever for just like a computer. They wanted, what would that be in advertising? Like $50,000 in advertising for one computer?
Yeah, I mean, I'll pull up an email. I'm sure I could do that. I'm sure I could pull up an email for what they were asking for. And I decided we don't kiss the ass of bullshit men that want unreasonable things and speak to me in a condescending manner. This is my company, and this is the one place in the whole fucking world I don't have to.
And man,
so I'm not going to.
So it's unsurprising that these guys basically string people along. And here's the thing. Everybody here at Pixel Circus, even though we started this thing on our own, we've been in this industry for a long time. We've worked with a lot of brands. I've gone through a lot of brand deals. I've worked on a lot of advertising campaigns. Just because you don't know who I am doesn't mean I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. A minimum of 1 year of direct promotion with an expectation to likely go beyond this time frame on a more passive affiliate thereafter. We're proposing an additional 6 months after that year. And they wanted to name the PC and have it as a character on our show.
That's so ridiculous.
Yeah. Showed in every single episode. One promotional video on our channels every 4 months just for them. Every 3 months just for them. Just an additional video that's exclusively for them. They have a massive list of things. They were insisting that I post on my personal social media, all of these things.
Right.
We were like, hey, we're a growing channel. We're not making a 1.5 year long deal with you.
This is for a single PC. This is for one PC. If I'm going to create a fucking PC that's a wacky character that pops up all the time with a name, you give me the PC and then you give me money every time that character shows up.
Mm-hmm.
What am I doing? I'm gonna make the Artesian Build show for nothing? Get fucked, Star-Lord.
No.
Somebody asked which PC, who did you wind up going with? A credit card. A company credit card is who we wound up going
We
with.
actually do not have credit as a company. I paid for it out of pocket.
Oh.
That's what happened. We're an independent company. It's not that easy to get credit because you have to have a bunch of money to guarantee. I just paid for it. That's it.
Yeah. Because we were just like, man.
And I want to make it very clear that every single day for the rest of my life, I would rather put more hours under the oppressive and crushing weight of capitalism to pay for my own PC than take bullshit from a white man in a Star-Lord jacket.
You wore a Star-Lord jacket.
How embarrassing.
Which, like, look, hey.
Cosplay, dress up. We love a cosplay in this
dress
house.
up, be Star-Lord. But hey, listen up. If you're going to... Dressing up as Star-Lord on your company stream to basically dunk on the people who are giving you free promotion might be the most Star-Lord-esque thing I've ever heard in my life.
Might be the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. So screw you to these jackasses. Every clip of it is so embarrassing. We do love people coming in to help out the streamer. One, the streamer has gained a ton of attention and followers since then from people coming to their support.
Yeah, luckily
and saying, let's get that CCV up.
Yeah,
let's get those followers numbers up.
Kia Pia has had offers from other companies to come in and like, we're so sorry that this has happened to you.
Cooler Master did step in and say, so sorry to hear about this happening to you. I know it doesn't really help here, but we would love to send you out a little care package to take the sting away, even if just for a little bit. Yes, Cooler Master, we love that for you.
Tyler Eichenberg asks, have they said anything since then? That's the great thing. They did the standard 4 non-apologies.
Yep.
Before they finally did an apology. They basically
My favorite band.
They 4 non-apology. Hey, yeah. Listen. Their first ones were basically the standard stuff like, you know, we're just a small company. We're doing it all ourselves. We don't have a PR firm to tell us what to say. You don't need one.
You don't need a PR company to not be a dick.
You're an adult running a business.
A PR company would tell you not to be a dick in public. I'll tell you not to be a dick in private. Hell, I'm doing it for free. Imagine being like, well, we would need a PR company to know not to publicly shame a woman for her CCV on the internet. Okay.
Yeah.
So they
unfortunately,
put out multiple apologies now. They made a video talking about it. First, they put out the things trying to defend themselves. This one was their first statement that they put out. During last evening's stream, I made a statement that has affected and hurt Kia Pia. I take full accountability and sincerely apologize how my statement has hurt Kia Pia as a viewer and participant in supporting Artesian. Due to updated giveaway guidelines, which were not in alignment for this giveaway, I made a wrong decision to not provide the giveaway prize to the rightful winner, Kia Pia. This action does not reflect the values of Artesian.
Okay,
You're
number
the CEO.
one. Number
Your values
one.
do.
Yeah, you run the company. You run the company. If you did it, that's the values of Artesian. And number two, due to this thing of due to an update to the rules, you don't get to update the rules to a contest legally.
Yep.
You don't get to update the rules to a contest live because you don't want to follow the rules of the contest.
Yeah.
Noah, that's not what you get to do.
Look, as at Artesian, we take great pride in giving our 100% every day to provide a friendly and fun service to all viewers and customers. But in this instance, I have failed not only our viewers and customers and ambassadors, but also my team and the values of our brand. Hey, that meeting was over a year ago. That meeting we had with you was over a year ago. That is your brand, motherfucker. Let's go. Send me an email. Let's chat. What's up, Noah?
What's up, Noah?
I've got your email. Should I follow up?
Yeah,
Should I follow up and see how you're doing?
So, you know, here's the thing. Did they really not even fix it? I don't believe they finally apologized, but they never gave Kia Pia a PC. Mm-hmm. Reminder, Kia Pia, once again, doing free advertising for them for months.
They also wanted advertising on our other shows.
Get fucked.
They said, can you show the PC on our D&D stream? And I said, no!
As people are saying in the live studio audience, yes, other people have stepped up, as we mentioned. A lot of people have been like, yeah, we're going to build you a PC. We're going to make sure you're taken care of. Nobody should call you a brand ambassador, make you advertise for them for months, and then not give you anything in return, and also shame you in front of everybody. That's rough. These, like... This is a shitty thing, and I'm glad that the community is stepping up and helping out Kia Pia.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's a little bit of weird weird industry news. So if you come across Artesian, I would imagine there are going to be a lot of Artesian coupon codes going around soon.
Yeah, I can't imagine you'll come across them.
I would say don't buy from Artesian. Moving on, here's some good news. Back in 2018, Celeste was one of the biggest games going.
Yes.
Absolutely loved Celeste.
We love Celeste.
A great game, and it won a ton of awards that year just for being an incredibly wonderful game, but also an incredibly sweet game with a lot to say about anxiety and dealing with anxiety. Absolutely wonderful. Unfortunately, they won a game award, and they never got their trophy. They don't know what happened to it.
Oh no, Celeste.
And they don't really say anything about it. I mean, they mentioned it, I think, once. They were like, hey, we never got the actual trophy. Kind of a bummer. And then, literally, this week, a guy named Prestige is Key, he's a YouTuber and a streamer, who always wanted a replica of the Game Awards trophy.
Aw.
So he looked on, like, Etsy and eBay, at least once a week he had searches going because he wanted like a Game Award trophy to put in the background of his streams.
Yes.
He found an eBay seller that was selling a Game Award for $500.
Yep.
Talked them down to $375. Now this is a seller who was selling like a lot of junk and stuff. They were selling like car parts, mufflers, like
whatever they could get their hands on.
This is somebody who has like a home eBay business. They bought the trophy. It got to them. And the seller was like, we don't know where this trophy's from, but it looks expensive and important.
Yes.
They bought it for $375. It got to Prestige and he went, wait, this isn't a replica. This is the 2018 Game Award for the best independent game for Celeste. This is the real award. He reached out.
Thank you, Ryan, for being good.
He reached out to Extremely OK Games and immediately said, hey, did you guys ever get your trophy from the Game Awards?
Thank you for being good.
Hetty said, no, we never did. And so he shipped it back to them. But he did do an unboxing video after Extremely OK Games said, yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Yeah, get your content.
Get your content out of this.
Get your content out of it. What I will say is people with these like at-home eBay businesses very frequently buy things from like shipment centers that were essentially stuff that was lost in the mail and unclaimed. There are physical locations that you can go to and you can buy big boxes of shit that is just unopened packages that they have no ability to track down where to send it to and that got lost along the way.
Sophia Nygaard has like a great video where she goes to the Amazon distribution resellers for things that have been returned or like people have returned them or they couldn't resell it, or stuff that didn't get to the correct place and so it was returned to sender. And there are like huge lines where people go in and just grab entire lots and boxes of stuff.
Yeah. Because there might be a fucking iPad in there. I also watched that video.
Yeah.
Yes. We watch all of the same YouTube content every time. So yeah, that's probably where this person got that. At least it wasn't outright stolen to be resold on eBay. I don't think that it was. I mean, especially considering like they were listing it very publicly. They didn't seem to know the deal with it. They didn't list it as the 2018 Celeste trophy, for instance, because that might have even marked up the price. They probably could have done that, and they didn't because it was just probably in a junk pile, and they're like, someone will like this.
Yeah.
Get a couple $100 for it.
Extremely OK Games said that they're going to give him signed copies of Celeste and reimburse him for the amount he paid for the eBay listing and for shipping it to them for finding their award, which is very lovely. So he still doesn't have his replica of the Game Award, but he got, I think, something better out of it. That's a lovely story.
Ben Jackson, same brain cell, same YouTube feed. That's us.
You know it, baby.
It's Too Early has one collective brain cell.
In more generosity news, since we're doing this,
I love this. We gotta come back up.
Yeah, and I mean, even the Artesian builds thing ends with generosity news. So many people stepping up for Kia Pia. Homework Girl. Homework Girl has been a part of my life for the last few years, a very large part of my life.
I associate Homework Girl very much with you.
Yeah,
you were the first time I'd ever seen Homework Girl.
Homework Girl is, of course, Lo-Fi Girl from the Lo-Fi channel. And it's a very popular channel where people just like, you put it on in the background. Somebody I went on a date with called it smooth jazz for elder millennials, and I got so not angry, just embarrassed and called out. She said, "That's smooth jazz for millennials and elder millennials. You know that, right?" And I was like, "Yes, I do. Thank you. It makes me happy."
When I met Anthony in early 2020, it was on in his apartment constantly. And the first time I was like, "What kind of music do you listen to?" You said, "Chill lo-fi beats to sleep/study to."
Yeah, I said my album of the year for 2018 is lo-fi hip-hop
2020.
beats. Yeah, for 2020 is lo-fi hip-hop beats to chill/study to 24/7 365.
Yeah, I never got a real answer, to be honest. That was the actual only answer I got.
For 2020, that probably was my album of the year.
That was definitely your album of the year.
Listen, 2020 was weird. That was my album of the year. But anyway, a lot of people who listen to Lo-Fi Girl and chill out hip hop are studying.
They're students. They're studying.
That's why
lo-fi hip hop to chill and sleep/study to.
And that's why Homework Girl is their mascot. And now they've reached 10 million subscribers. And they've launched their own record label. They've launched a lot of artists' careers. And they want to give back. And so they're giving 10 full scholarships to college students. Full rides from Lo-Fi Girl.
To a university of your choice. How lovely is that?
They say all you need is to hold an unconditional offer to a university, or currently be studying at a university, or previously studied at a university
that you want to go back to
and want to return and are not able to. And they're going to give 10 scholarships away, and it's a random drawing. You just enter, you fill out the form, you show them proof that you're going to school, and they're going to give 10 full ride scholarships.
So, hey, if we have any student BBs in the chat, I'm going to post a link to this in our Discord in case you want to go and enter. I know that we do have some friends in the community that are currently studying in college and stuff like that. So I am going to post that link in the chat if you want to go and enter. The giveaway ends on March 14th. I don't know if it is United States only.
I don't know if it is. I think it might be. It might be worldwide, but the rest of the world doesn't need it. Everybody's going to school for free. We're the saps. We're the fucking saps.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's like full terms and conditions on their website.
Yeah, go check it out.
No, it's open to participants worldwide. It is open to participants worldwide.
Go check it out. Go see what's going on. Get your education. Get paid from millennial smooth jazz.
I love that.
Did I get this? Did I find out about this because I'm on their mailing list? Do I get weekly mailing updates from the Smooth Jazz Company?
That's okay. It's good news.
I love the Smooth Jazz Company.
It benefited you.
I never got that U2s, you know.
Yeah?
Never got it.
Is it still coming, you think?
No. I mean, I didn't.
You didn't buy it?
I never bought it.
Oh.
I never bought that U2s. They made a U2s of Lo-Fi Girl, a vinyl toy, and I was like, my queen.
Other exciting news. A long time ago, we spoke about the merger between Funimation and Crunchyroll here on this show.
Or the lack of merger, really.
Well, that it was intended. That the companies were together.
Like Sony. So if you're unfamiliar with anime lore, with deep anime industry lore, once upon a time, there were two companies, Crunchyroll and Funimation. Funimation put out badly dubbed DVDs, and Crunchyroll was a pirate platform to watch stolen anime. Then they both became legitimate companies.
Yeah.
Funimation started their streaming service. Crunchyroll started their streaming service. And they became like the two titans of the industry, with Funimation mostly focusing on dubs, Crunchyroll focusing on subs. That was the big thing about Crunchyroll, is they did live subtitling anime the same day as it comes out in Japan. Now along comes Sony and buys Funimation.
Yeah.
And then Warner Media bought Crunchyroll. And then everybody was like, well, now what's going to happen? What's going to happen to these two companies? I'm getting dubs on one, I'm getting subs on the other. I have to pay for 2 memberships. And before they both got bought out, they were trying to do a thing where you could buy 1 membership to both. And then unfortunately Sony bought Funimation and that ended.
Yes.
But now Warner Media sold Crunchyroll to Sony. And now Sony owns everything. And for the last couple of years, they've been 2 platforms. And we've all been like, why?
Everyone's been waiting, and we knew that it was an inevitability that this would happen, and it has finally happened. Funimation has folded into Crunchyroll to create one giant anime platform, and I think this is fantastic.
Now, here's something that's interesting. Funimation has something like 2.5 million subs. Crunchyroll has something like 2 million subs. And I was wondering which name they were going to go with. And it seems like even though Funimation has a larger market share, Crunchyroll is just the brand that people think about when they think about anime.
Crunchyroll definitely has the brand recognition, so I always had the feeling that they were going to fold into Crunchyroll. I think that's of all of my friends that watch anime actively, most of them do it on Crunchyroll.
Same. The only reason, and here's the reason why I was hoping that they would both come together, is because I got the ADHD. I've got the ADHD. And I'm doing a lot of things. When I'm watching stuff, I can't always watch subtitled anime.
Yes, we multitask.
I gotta multitask. I gotta be doing other things. If I look down at my screen for 15 seconds, or if I'm typing and then I look up, I can't miss a scene.
Yep.
I gotta rewind 18 times. So I was hoping that there would be 1 membership again. Yep. And I'm glad there is. Now, there is, of course, a downside to this, as we always discuss. Corporate consolidation can mean limitation of competition, and it can mean now that there's only one place to get your anime. I mean, there isn't really, though. That's the thing. There's one anime-focused company, but I think something that's wonderful is there is a lot of competition from the other streaming platforms. Netflix has obviously gone hard on anime.
Yep.
Amazon's gone hard on anime. So I do think there's still...
Hulu, too.
Yeah, you're right. I do think there's still enough competition in the space.
They're not a large enough company that this gets into those things that we talk about that scare us. You know what I mean? Like, neither of them are like these big, massive mega corporations. I'm not worried about it at all. It means I pay 1 subscription service instead of 2, and I get a bunch of stuff. It's all golden for me.
Yeah, hopefully they keep the price points about the same. I would expect maybe they might bump it up a little bit. Do we know? I would think
I don't think that we do know.
Okay.
Okay, pricing for Crunchyroll, $7.99 a month. Will remain unchanged, and new Crunchyroll and VRV subscribers will receive 60 days of Crunchyroll premium for free.
Wow, Verve is still going. Okay.
Yeah. So as of right now, the price will stay the same, which is very exciting. I have something in my eyeball.
And a lot of people are like, what's this going to do? I don't know how I feel about this. I'll say this. Crunchyroll's made nothing but great decisions, I think.
Yeah.
They do. I mean, some of their original stuff has fallen flat, but as far as their licensing and co-production with Japanese studios has gone, I think they've got a great portfolio and excellent taste, and they got good people working there. So hopefully, and Funimation, of course, has a very long history of like doing the best they can to get the best dubs out for the biggest series. So I think this is going to be a good thing. Yeah,
I think it's good. I think it's good news. Well, we'll wait and see. In other good news, I do want to say it's good news. We do have a bit of a strike going on. Having to strike is never a good thing, but GMG Union is officially on strike, and that is against Gizmodo, Jezebel, Kotaku, a bunch of huge platforms because they're making some demands. What I think is good about this is A, unions. We love a union. And B, the ability for the union to do something and step in here. We've seen a lot of union strikes in the last year. So I do think this is positive news for a positive outcome. So
Yes.
we're not using, a lot of the time we feature like Kotaku articles and stuff like that. We're not doing any of that right now. And I encourage you to do the same to support the GMG Union.
Yeah, so this is basically they're part of the Writers Guild East. They're part of the WGA. They have kind of like, they're kind of a satellite union. They're not officially recognized as WGA. There's a lot of weird stuff with the unions wanting to help, but not really wanting to recognize and add digital writers to their... There's a lot of weird fucky stuff going on with unions right now in Hollywood and Hollywood production-related industries, particularly with digital people. But this is good because this is the first big movement that we're seeing from them that shows support. I'm watching friends of mine who are television writers on the East Coast, people who write for a lot of the talk shows and stuff, saying that they're going to go on strike too.
Yeah.
People who are writers on like Fallon and Sam B and like Colbert, I'm watching a lot, and John Oliver, a lot of them are saying like, if this strike happens, we're striking.
So they are striking for fair wages, healthcare, parental leave, all of those basic human rights that your workers should be entitled to, but unfortunately, very commonly are not.
Dude, writing for one of these giant like content mill blogs is so rough. We're talking about people that need to make like 10 posts a day for like $5 to $10 a post and shit like that. And then even if your salary is not super great.
Yeah, a lot of these workers end up writing articles that they're paid for by the word count, and it's like 10 to 20 cents a word. So they have to hammer out so much to make any kind of livable wage. So they're fighting for better health care for the full-time employees. They're fighting for better contracts for the contract employees, and just fair treatment, essentially, at these companies. So right now, what you can do is not view, don't click on any articles, do not promote or support. Every click makes them money. So that's Gizmodo. That's Jalopnik, that's what it is. Jezebel, Kotaku, Lifehacker, and The Root.
Yeah.
Don't click. No
Listen,
clicks today.
We love the people at those platforms, and that is why we cannot support those platforms right now, and we hope that you don't either.
Yeah.
Going into some other big news. I mean, look. We gotta talk about this.
Okay.
We gotta talk about
Here's what I
this.
do want to say.
Yeah.
If you're somebody who is a huge Marvel fan that does not like to analyze and discuss trailers because you feel like that's going to spoil things for the movie for you, we are about to do that. A couple of the things in here are not spoilers for the movie. The movie's not out, but they are spoilers for things in the trailer. And I know specifically a lot of Marvel fans prefer not to watch a trailer.
Keep an eye out for the mods in the chat, and they will let you know when spoiler time is over.
I will also
And we'll also say,
mods don't want to hear it.
Yeah, we'll say it verbally and stuff, but you know,
I'll make sure to put it in the chat too.
Yeah. So here we go. It's happening now.
Okay.
This is okay. So the Super Bowl spot for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Yes. Oh my God.
Which was also mostly the post-credit scene for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which was weird. It was a weird move.
Yeah.
But there is a scene where Stephen Strange is in a room full of fancy chairs. And it looks like fancy hooded figures are sitting in those chairs. And I said immediately, look, my hair is standing on end. It literally is. I said immediately, holy shit, it's the Illuminati.
Holy shit, it's the Illuminati.
Now, the Illuminati in the Marvel Comics is Stephen Strange, Tony Stark, T'Challa, Reed Richards, Namor, like they're this big, and Professor X. These are like the smarties. They're so smart, and they're gonna run the world. Doom is even in it sometimes. They put their differences aside when they need to just figure out things for the entire universe.
This made me need to go and read some of those comics real bad. As soon as I saw this, I was like, I have to know everything.
So he walks into this room, and we hear a voice. Literally says almost nothing. We hear a voice. There's an ear. It's like a dirty shot of like an ear. And everybody was like, Patrick Stewart. That's Professor X. That's the Illuminati. Now, here's the thing. Marvel, of course, doesn't say anything about this stuff. Marvel doesn't say anything about this stuff. But you know what? Marvel has a hard time getting wealthy, famous people who don't give a fuck to stay quiet. Alfred Molina didn't care. He said, "You're paying me to be Doc Ock."
Yeah.
I talked about it. You didn't tell me not to talk about it.
You should have told me if you didn't want me to talk about it.
Did you tell me not to talk about it? You probably told. Maybe you told my agent. My agent to tell me I don't care. It's Doc Ock. Everybody knows I'm Doc Ock. I was Doc Ock 20 years ago.
Hey, I've always been Doc Ock.
Patrick Stewart was asked, "Hey, what would Professor X think about Stephen Strange and everything that's happening?" And he's like, "Oh, Professor X would be cautious and watchful, maybe a little insecure, because there's something potentially dangerous about this man. I think that would put Xavier on guard." And then he was like, "Well, what'd you think of everybody saying it sounded like that was you, now that we're talking about Professor Xavier?" And he said, "I had my phone turned off when the Super Bowl commercial was airing because I was doing something else, because he's Patrick Stewart. He doesn't give a fuck.
He's busy.
I had my phone turned off. It wasn't until the next morning I woke up and looked at my phone and found that I'd been bombarded with responses. My PR people sent me reactions that they had detailed and passed on to me. I actually, and that's fine. That's cool.
Sure, that doesn't confirm or deny anything.
That says nothing." But then he went on and he said, "I actually didn't recognize my own voice. It sounded different. Whether I had a cold or something at the time, I don't know. I was astonished. All they saw was the back of my shoulder and my earlobe, and they made so many connections, but it pleased me to see the reactions." Confirmed!
Look, we already knew this, but very exciting. And also, Illuminati.
He was like, "It was very sweet that everybody figured it out."
Oh my God.
And then they were like, "Yes, it was very sweet. You're right. Listen, we're still going to do the interview, but I just have to run and file something real quick, like a 1940s reporter, like Clark Gable running for a phone." Just real quick, and I'll come back.
I'll be right back.
It's freaking amazing. It's such a smart way to bring in Namor and mutants and all of these things that we haven't seen, because why haven't we seen mutants? Why haven't we seen Atlantis? Because they're part of the Illuminati and they have kept themselves from being found.
That's
or
so cool.
They're from another universe right now, and the universes are going to merge.
I'm so excited.
Good.
Okay.
So good. Okay. Spoiler over. Remember, if you want to talk about this, talk about it in the Discord. Use spoiler tags.
Use spoiler tags, please, and thank you. Thank you, everybody who did not talk about it in the chat.
In more big movie news. Kung Fu Hustle 2, baby! Kung Fu Hustle is one of the best fucking martial arts movies of all time. It is funny and wonderful and sweet and perfect. And it has been 15 years. Stephen Chow has just wanted to make Kung Fu Hustle 2. It has not happened. We got Shaolin Soccer. That was fine. But
I've never seen Kung Fu Hustle.
I know you've never seen Kung Fu Hustle.
Should I watch it?
Absolutely, you should watch it.
Okay.
When we were doing movie nights during the lockdown, one of the movies that we did was Kung Fu Hustle, because it is one of my favorites. It is so wonderful. So wonderful. Go watch Kung Fu Hustle. It is a brilliant film. It took 15 years to get this sequel made. 15 years. Even though it was made for nothing.
Yeah.
And made $102 million at a time when $102 million was a huge box office take. And also, foreign films were not making $102 million. They still don't make $102 million most of the time.
Wow.
Kung Fu Hustle was dubbed.
What was this?
Now, Stephen Chow said that a couple years ago when he was working on New King of Comedy, he's like, yes, we're still trying to make it, but it's not going to be a direct sequel, and it'll be set in the same world. It'll be set in the future. It'll have been 15 years, and he will cameo, which is, Stephen Chow has not been acting for a few years. So to even have him come back, that's a pretty big deal.
I do want to point out, Cats Are Better said, I thought Anthony's hype was going to be the final Morbius trailer. Y'all, Anthony and I, what were we texting? Were we on, when did we talk about this?
We talked about it on the show, though. We were just like, how is there still another trailer for Morbius?
Anthony's reaction to the final Morbius trailer was, Saige, they made another Morbius trailer.
Just put out the movie. Just put out the movie. You're going to try... You're going to...
I'm so sorry.
Do you think we don't know what Morbius is at this point?
He's pointy tooth.
Watch out. It is one of the night salesmen. They're not going to say vampire. It is one of the... Be careful. It is a bloody, bloody bang bang.
Be careful, for he stalks the shadows.
A neck wine drinker. Who is it? He is one of the blood sommeliers now.
He is a reject of the sun.
Fucking Morbius. But that does bring up something that I do want to talk about. Ariana DeBose, freaking, she's like a freaking huge award winner now for West Side Story.
Amazing.
She's killing it.
Great.
However, she's going to play Calypso in the Sony Kraven the Hunter movie.
Okay.
Which means, number one, we're still doing Kraven the Hunter.
Okay.
And number two, you're going to do Calypso?
Fascinating.
You're going to do Voodoo Priestess in the year of our Lord 2022? Seems interesting. Seems like there's such a wild, like, just canyon between the creative intentions of these Sony movies and the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
They're so wildly different.
Yeah.
They're so wildly different.
They do keep doing this thing. No one knows what Sony is doing.
Sony is just like, we own Spider-Man, and Marvel's like, yeah,
we get it.
We know.
Okay. What else?
Okay.
Sony's like, what else have we got? Put it with Spider-Man.
We're doing a Silver Sable movie. Why? Nobody knows who she is yet.
Because we own Spider-Man.
We own Spider-Man.
We can do anything we want.
You want pictures of Spider-Man? We've got pictures of Spider-Man. We're the only ones that have pictures of Spider-Man. Bring them to me. I'm Amy Pascal. I want more pictures of Spider-Man. Smoking her cigar with her J. Jonah Jameson mustache.
JJJ.
JJJ.
JJJ. Okay. I haven't seen the new West Side Story, but I've heard great things.
It's apparently very lovely.
I've heard it's very good.
Now, Kraven the Hunter also stars Russell Crowe. I don't think he's Kraven. I don't know who he is. Is he Kraven? I don't know. No, he's an unspecified role. Aaron Taylor Johnson is going to be Kraven the Hunter.
Are you also looking up who Aaron Taylor Johnson is?
Yeah, I might look up who Aaron Taylor Johnson is. I might not remember off the top of my head.
Okay, interesting. Wait, hold on. Hold, please.
Hold, please.
Who was he in Age of Ultron?
Who can say?
I would love it if the internet did.
Love it if the internet could say. As an actor, he's Kraven. He was Archie in The King's Man. He was in Tenet. He was Ives. He was fake Quicksilver.
Oh. Okay.
Which I guess is real Quicksilver.
Hard to say.
It's tough at this point. He's I guess he's MCU Quicksilver, although we've kind of said there isn't one. Maybe he gets to come back, but probably not now that he's Kraven the Hunter.
That's weird. That's weird to cast him. They were just like, we'll take him now. He's ours now. Okay, Sony, go right ahead.
Go right ahead.
It's fine.
You know Aaron Taylor Johnson was holding off on signing that contract for as long as possible. Just calling Kevin Feige's office and being like, yo, there's a multiverse, there's time travel.
Do you think Quicksilver
is Pietro gonna? Could we?
No. Okay.
Because I want to.
All right.
He was Kick-Ass. Oh my God, has Kick-Ass grown up?
Wow, that's Kick-Ass?
Yeah, you look at pictures of Kick-Ass now, and my stars, he's a grown man.
Wow.
He's a grown man.
Are you a Kick-Ass fan?
I thought Kick-Ass was good for the time. I don't think it's necessarily great now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I didn't recognize him as Pietro or Kick-Ass. Look at him. He do look like Sergey. He do look like Sergey. So yeah, I guess it's gonna be him and Ariana DeBose. Wow.
What a glow up.
Wow, the passage of time.
The passage of time is real.
Time's arrow waits for none of us.
Like,
now,
fascinating. That's the same guy.
I can kind of see it.
But I never would have put it together on my own.
No. So yeah, it's gonna be him and Ariana DeBose as the voodoo priestess Calypso.
I hope it is handled with cultural sensitivity. It's not gonna be.
Yo, you ever watched the Sony movie?
That's why I couldn't get through it. That's why I couldn't get through it.
Hey man, you ever watched the Sony movie?
That's why I couldn't get through it.
They're just like, yeah, this is the character.
Okay. Speaking of movies and the passage of time.
Yes.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice 2 has been in development since the 90s.
Since Beetlejuice
In the mid 80s. Beetlejuice 2 has always been a rumor, essentially. There's been an IMDb page up for it. There have been different people attached to it over the course of years.
Kevin Smith was
different people
doing it for a while. He was
attaching scripts.
Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian was the name of it for a long time.
Yeah. So there have been so many attempts to continue the Beetlejuice legacy, and none of them have come through. And it trends every 2 years or so.
Because we all want it, especially now that we're in the Michael Keaton Renaissance.
I don't know. Okay, so Beetlejuice is debatably my favorite film of all time. I live and breathe Beetlejuice. I'm not positive I want it, but I'm the most on board I have ever been. So Beetlejuice 2 was trending on Twitter yesterday, and it was because a couple of things were announced. One, Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder are both signed on to reprise their roles. Obviously, that's the thing that sold me. Okay, Michael Keaton can absolutely come back and play Beetlejuice. Why the fuck not? I would love a grown-up Lydia.
Lydia Dietz is coming back. I would have thought it would be a whole new family, whole new characters.
Yep.
It would have been just like a new family accidentally brings back Beetlejuice.
That's why I was like, okay, I can see why Michael Keaton's back. I wouldn't have expected Winona Ryder to be back. But I'm very excited.
Do you think they
in theory.
smooch?
I hope they don't. No,
Okay.
that was an inappropriate relationship between them.
But now she's like 50.
That would be, the word is grooming.
Oh, she would have been groomed by a ghost.
Correct.
Beetlejuice grooms.
Well, Beetlejuice.
They were best buds though in the cartoon. Do you think they're going to be best buds in the movie?
Hard to say. Depends on how many canons we're factoring in. Anyways, so the other thing that was announced is Brad Pitt is signed on to produce it.
That's interesting.
Isn't that fascinating?
Of all people. I wonder. Brad Pitt's just a big Beetlejuice fan, huh? I love that.
I guess. I don't know. So it's his production company called Plan B.
Now, Plan B did mean something else for a very, very long time, which is why Plan B is called Plan B.
I mean, did it mean it as long as Brad Pitt's had a production company? Because I'm pretty sure. I don't think that he beat them to it. I think that, anyways, Deadline has confirmed that Plan B is signed on to produce Beetlejuice 2. It's in early development. The script is not written yet, so it's going to be a very long time. There are no other attachments disclosed at this time. Who the fuck knows?
Do you think they're going to be best friends? I want it to be kind of like the cartoon.
I could see it being like a buddy comedy because there are moments of that also in like the Beetlejuice musical, which has had a huge revival. I hope that they take elements of that. Something that the reason that I'm such a diehard fan of the Beetlejuice musical is they gave so much more story to these characters. The movie Beetlejuice is a scenario that's happening. It's like really just about the issue at hand.
Well, and it's from the point of view of the Maitlands, and it's the Maitlands version of the story, which is
I love.
Which I get, but like when you finish watching Beetlejuice, you really feel like it should have been Beetlejuice and Lydia's story.
Yeah. And a lot of the time people remember it as Beetlejuice and Lydia's story, which really it's Lydia and the Maitland story. So at the end of Beetlejuice, Lydia is like essentially almost adopted by the Maitlands and like lives with them and they raise her instead. And so I'm curious to see where that goes. I'm curious to see if the actors that played the Maitlands come back.
Yeah.
That'll be very, very interesting.
Oh my gosh, to get Alec Baldwin and Gina Davis back, that would be wild. I think probably no though.
No, I don't think so.
I think they probably
Maybe a cameo.
Yeah, I think probably at the end they kind of went off. I would like to imagine that they finally got to go off and be in the afterlife that they wanted to be in, because like also they would have to do CG.
That is
and I don't want them to
true
do
because they
that.
can't age because they're dead. You make a very good point.
Yeah,
you make a very good point.
and I think Gina Davis would not be into that. Gina Davis is very much about like, no, when you hire me, and this is what, and women should be allowed to age in Hollywood,
I agree.
and we're not going to take all this stuff. And
so I'm very intrigued to see what happens here. I want to see Winona Ryder being our like Miss Honey of our dreams of just like being the good fucking like now mom to not her kids, figuring out ghosts and shit. I also want to see the Beetlejuice musical on Broadway so bad.
There are so many ways. There's so many ways it could go. I wish I'd been able to see the Beetlejuice musical as well.
It's back.
It's back.
Oh, it's back in April. I am trying to go to New York.
Well, I'll see y'all on Broadway.
But yeah, in the musical, they gave us so much more of Lydia's story. They gave us so much more of like what's happening and why she is the way she is. She walks in funeral garb and they're just like, it's fine, she's goth. And they just like don't explain it in the movie.
Right. And it's, hey man,
Mom.
her dad got remarried real fast.
Yep.
And yeah, I love the whole story of Lydia and Lydia just being like, why am I the only one that notices that things are wrong? You know?
So I think it could be very good. Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder give me a lot of hope. We'll see if this even happens because this could be another one that falls right through. But this is definitely the one that seems the most legit to me.
Yeah, and especially once you've got the talent on board. I know it seems weird, like, ooh, talent on board without a script. That shit happens a lot.
Yeah.
As long as it's the right creative team.
That might get you the good script.
Yeah. So that's kind of interesting.
In other like movie and TV show news, all of the Netflix Marvel shows are coming to Disney Plus. There's been this divide between them.
Yeah. You've had to watch them all on Netflix. But and it's always weird to open up Disney Plus and go to look for a Marvel thing and it's not there.
Yeah.
Like when you search Spider-Man on Disney Plus and it gives you like the 1990s cartoon and you're like, well, I like the 1990s cartoon, but you know that wasn't what I was looking for.
Yeah.
But the Netflix series have been missing from March 16th in North America, the UK, Ireland, Australia, and New Zealand. All of these shows are going to be on Disney Plus.
That's very exciting.
So that's Daredevil, The Punisher, Jessica Jones,
Luke
Cage, Iron Fist. I'm Iron Fist. And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yep. And the Defenders, which also happened.
Oh yeah, and the Defenders, which is also just Iron Fist.
Go watch Jessica Jones.
Yeah, go watch Jessica Jones.
Go watch Jessica Jones. And then the first season
Daredevil.
of Luke Cage.
Yeah, and watch Daredevil.
Yeah, Daredevil.
First season of Luke Cage. First season of Jessica Jones.
Both seasons of Jessica Jones.
The second season of Jessica Jones, they did some characters dirty and didn't know where they were going. That's the only problem.
I still think it's very good.
It's still good. I think Daredevil was pretty good all the way through. Oh, and you can skip all of the Punisher.
Oh.
Always.
Yeah.
But something that's interesting is people were like, oh, Disney's bringing all of these shows over. They're going to be censored. No.
Nice.
Disney is adding new and more granular parental controls to Disney Plus.
I love that.
And this is something that Disney's going to have to do because they own too many studios and too many properties that people would think of as adult or not for children, however you want to phrase it, that they're going to want on their own streamer where they're making their own money for it.
Yep. Yeah, personally, I tried to watch The Punisher, which was bold of me in the first place to even try. I hate it. I hate The Punisher. I hate everything associated with The Punisher. I hate Punisher guys.
Look, they did the best they could with The Punisher. I will say, of all the takes on The Punisher, but even this is a little problematic where it's like, yeah, man, a big old chunk of his brain got taken out in the war, and now he has no sense of right and wrong. And it's like, well, at least that explains The Punisher, but I don't like what you're saying about injuries and war and veterans and murder. And I just don't, it's weird.
I don't enjoy a story of someone with supernatural levels of power, which, you know, regardless of how it is perceived, that is a supernatural level of power. And they're being like, he's a psychopath, but he's not the villain. And it's like, okay, well, hold the fuck up.
Yeah.
What do you mean? That's the villain then.
Like, obviously, we don't want to say that psychopathy immediately makes someone a villain, but he's murdering a lot of people.
He's doing it.
He's the bad guy.
Villain. Like, it's his actions.
Yeah, they did the best they could. You know, they put Deborah Ann Wall as Karen Page. They took a big Daredevil character and decided she's a Punisher character now to kind of add, you know, I talked to one of the writers on The Punisher and they were like, we needed a likable human. We needed somebody who could look at the stuff that Frank was doing and say, Frank, no. And it's like, yeah, but also just don't do the show. Mm-hmm. And I say this as a fan of Moon Knight, and Moon Knight's coming out. And I understand there are layers to all of that. But The Punisher is just like, hey, man, if someone does you wrong, do all the murders. And we don't do that anymore.
Also, obviously, the Punisher logo, the Punisher as like a hero and a figurehead has been taken into a really terrible place. We can just leave the Punisher behind.
Yeah, the people. Yo, if you see a Punisher sticker on anything,
run.
Do not engage. Do not engage. In final news and big good Hollywood news, it happened.
Bendergate is over, everyone.
John DiMaggio has, of course, very publicly been in a kerfuffle about how much money he was getting paid to return for Bender. He said that he said that they were undervaluing all of the actors, and he did not sign on for the same deal that all of the other actors did because he said we're all worth more. And so there was an idea that John DiMaggio was being a little bit of a prince, a little bit of a special boy, trying to get more money than everybody else. But of course, that was probably all seeded by the corporation, trying to make him seem a little bad.
Yep.
But people he is the show. He is fully 1/3 of that show.
Exactly 1/3 of that show. He posted, I'm back, baby. So damn grateful for the love and support of fans and colleagues alike during this whole time, especially my wife, Kate. And I cannot wait to get back to working with my Futurama family. Bendergate is officially over, so put it on the back of a shelf behind Christmas decorations, or maybe in that kitchen drawer with all of the other crap you put in there, like old unusable crazy glue, or maybe never mind. I'm just not going to read it. It's gross. I'm just not going to read his gross thing.
Yeah.
He made a gross joke. He made a potty joke.
He made gross potty. Saige doesn't like the potty humor.
I don't.
But he said he's coming back, and he ended it with, I'm back, baby, bite my shiny metal ass. This is great. I hope that because of this, Billy West, Katie Sagal, Tress MacNeille, Maurice, like Phil Lamar, some of these other people got bumps as well, but I doubt it because they signed their contracts.
I think they did.
I hope they did.
I believe that they would.
I hope they went through and said, you know what, since John got this better deal, we're going to go ahead and make sure that you all get this better deal, because you would hope that they want everybody to be happy. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't always happen. And I hope they also treat John DiMaggio very well on the set, even though he made sort of these waves, because these waves were important and he needed to make them. And I hope there is no retribution for him at his workplace because of that.
I also hope so. Quasi asked, may I ask what the difference is between the Punisher and the darker, more violent takes of Batman? Nothing. Both boring and violent.
Yeah.
Both bad.
Yeah. When Batman says, well, I don't kill them, and it's like, no, but you definitely gave a guy kidney failure for the rest of his life.
We don't
So, like, we don't like it.
either. We don't think that bad men should be figureheads in positions of power in media.
Yeah, I feel like you've watched, Quasi, I feel like you've watched a few episodes of the show. You've heard us talk shit on Batman. We don't really care.
Feels like
we don't really care for either of them.
Yeah. Or maybe you're just looking for trouble. Anyways, that is all of the show that we have time for today. Congratulations on Bendergate being over. I'm so fucking excited for this Futurama reboot.
Same.
I love a Futurama reboot. I'll be there for them every single time. Forever. Always.
Forever.
We love you all so much. Thank you for starting your morning with us. We do the show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you're a new friend here that came over from Travis McElroy's channel, welcome. We're very glad to have you. We do all of the news that you care about and probably a couple of things that you don't 3 days a week. And we hope that you will come back and join us on Friday, for instance, at 8 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to support the channel, if you're new and you want to know what's up, keep up with us. You're like, ooh, I like this. Where do I get more of this? There are a few wonderful ways that you can support us and get that information. Number one is hitting up the Discord, following us on social media. The other thing you can do is tell some friends, like, hey, I saw a good thing today. You might want to watch this thing. It's pretty cool.
And that's free to do, baby.
Hey, baby, that's free real estate. Come hang out in the Discord. We're all having fun in there.
In other ways, we do have a Patreon. You get a bonus clip from It's Too Early every single week. It's anywhere between like 8 and 45 minutes of extra stuff that we didn't get to talk about during the show. It's a pretty good time, and you also get access to our entire backlog of those when you subscribe on Patreon for $5 a month. You can also follow us individually on our social media channels. Anthony, where can they follow you?
Oh, my stars and garters, thank you for asking, Saige. You can find me everywhere on the internet at a Carboni, except for here on Twitch, where I'm at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, it's mine, give it back to me. Fridays, I am here for Failed Save, which is our D&D 5e live play show. It's very good, and we love it a lot. And also on Fridays, you get new episodes of my science comedy podcast with Jeff Kanata, which is called We Have Concerns. You can find it at wehaveconcerns.com. And of course, today at 4, you can find me playing Elden Ring on my Twitch channel, and if I don't, you can punch me on Twitter. Saige, where are you at?
You can find me everywhere on the internet at Not Saige. I stream on my channel every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday, except tonight I'll be over on Hyper RPG doing a script reading of Batman and Robin.
Hell yeah.
I did send an email asking if I was allowed to dress up as Uma Thurman's Poison Ivy. Uma Thurman, I said.
Uma Thurman.
Oh, I got a little stuffy during that. Uma Thurman's Poison Ivy. No one answered, so I'm taking that as a yes. I can wear my leaf corset. So you can find me over there. You can find me on Smosh Games all the damn time, on D&D channel all the damn time, and here so much. We do have a huge announcement coming out on the Pixel Circus Twitter today, so do keep an eye out for that. It's a big fucking deal for us, and I would love it if you were there, keeping an eye out and showing a little bit of support, because as you know, we've been releasing secrets. We have some answers today.
Dun 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Thank you to everyone who directly supported us during the show today. We know that some of you have subbed, donated, done all of these things in the past, but we want to give a special shout out to people who did it during the show today, including Ryan Shiro, who resubscribed for 2 months, a couple an anonymous tip. Thank you very much for that. Kodoroku with the tip saying now you can get some Artesian sugar breakfast. Wow. Artesian. Another anonymous tip, thank you very much. Of course, thank you everybody who came over from Travis's raid. David the Dargon Zine writer, thank you for the resub for 12 months. That's a huge amount of time, and we very much appreciate it. Thank you so much to Daniel T315 with the resub for 13 months. We call that a Pixel Circus year because it's spookier. Thank you for sticking it out with us. Zamino with the $15 tip saying Sugar Brekkie Shamrock Shakes. Oh, the Shamrock Shake is back. Oh, I did see it was written in the runes and in the blood that the Shamrock Shakes was back. Thunder Cabbage with the 200 bits, thank you. Skywalker with the bits, thank you very much. King Sassafras with the gift sub to Hello X Side, thank you. You are both trapped here now. Nightingale Eyes, thank you for the cheer. Billy Sunrider subscribing for 3 months with that Prime sub, taking a little Jeffy's money and giving it to us. We like that. Tom Biden gifting 10 tier 1 subs. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ronan Monkey resubscribing for 18 months. Thank you so much, Ronan. And remember, Ronan, Alonzo, everybody who are our mods, they do a wonderful job. Please be kind to them and say lovely things about them. Grumpy Steen with the cheer. That Moon Kid with the tip. Ronan Monkey again with the tip. Ronan? You better not.
Ronan.
Chaotic Groovy with the resub for 11 months. Eternal Space Girl with the resub for 12 months. That's a long chunk of time, y'all. Ariel Third, thank you for the resub for 10 months, saying 10 months of being up too early. But baby, you just on time. And I think we had one come in.
It was Alonzo. Alonzo sub. Thank you very much, Alonzo. Button click.
Hey, thank you all for joining us. We really appreciate it. Also, Jay White with the resub at the last second there. You're all wonderful, beautiful BBs.
Thank you, pals. You're the best people on the internet. We love you so much. I also want to thank AZ, Flatlander, and Jesse PB for suggesting stories in the Discord for today's show that we did use and we got to talk about. I appreciate you very much. If you ever have things you want to see us talk about, drop them in the It's Too Early channel on the Discord, and we will see you on Friday.
Bye BBs.